It's been getting beyond the fear of the what if, the unknown, the what if people don't like me? What if nobody responds? What if there are people who are mean to me? I always say that you are just on time to live the life of your dreams. And one of my dreams has been to start a successful YouTube channel. From the title of this video, you can see that this is an update on that. All the tea on all of it. Whether you're also trying to grow your channel or really just intrigued by the process, I have watched so many videos by big YouTubers who have already got it figured out. And they are at the place where I want to be, perhaps you want to be as well. But what we don't get is, what does it look like starting from zero, trying to get to that first 10, really struggling to get to that first 20, first 100, first 1,000, whatever the case may be, trying to grow from the ground up without any fancy tech, without access to lots of different resources, without having the years of experience of putting that in. Really, what does that look like for the ground up? So I figured I would use myself as an experience, really document what this journey is for being able to grow, do a video diary of the process as I am trying to grow my channel, what it looks like in this first month, what it looks like in the next month, what are some things that I am learning and ways that I am growing, what are some things that I'm getting right and things that I am not getting right at all, and be my own experiment. If you're trying to achieve any dream, be it YouTube related or something completely else, be able to realize that whatever it is that your goal is, we can all be in this together and try to work to encourage one another and know that you're not in this thing alone. So I'm organizing this video into 3 key parts. Going to be where I am, things that I have learned, any recommendations or key takeaways that I have, that basically what next, in part for myself, but also for anybody else who wants them and wants the encouragement as well. Where I am. I uploaded my first video a month ago on March 20th, 2022. And as of today's recording, April 27th, I have uploaded 9 videos and gained a total of 6 subscribers. My first video had some really good traction and it seemed like it was starting to pick up, and then it started to level off after that. Since then, the other videos have been on the struggle bus, really trying to get it moving. So I'm at the point now of trying to figure out what are some things that I can do to really help boost those videos, but then also boost the first one that I uploaded as well. Now, this is not where I was expecting to be at this point. No. But then part of that I realize is that, again, my channel is just a month old. So YouTube is really trying to figure out where to place me, who is interested in my topics, who are my people. So it's trying to find who my people are. I noticed that I only have just under 3,000 impressions, which are how many different people that it's shown videos to. And with 9 videos, it's spread those impressions across 9 videos. So some of the limited viewership is due in part to that fact, while also due in part to there's some things where I need to get better with my thumbnails and with my titles. And also my niche is a little bit more broad than me talking about something very narrow like how to grow carrots. But I'm not giving up because I know that there are some really good things that I have learned in the process and some things that I'm going to try moving forward. Now, in this time, I have learned quite a few things. 1, it's a learning curve. 2, it's a lot of hard work. And 3, it is a process. So I'm gonna go into each one of those things in more detail to really talk about just some things that I have learned throughout this process. So I think this is a good time to make a shameless plug that if you're enjoying this video, I would love for you to hit the like button and also consider subscribing. I would love to grow this community. And if you are my people, I would love to grow with you. Now, in this time, I have learned quite a few things. 1, it's a learning curve. 2, it's a lot of hard work. And 3, it is a process. So I'm gonna go into each one of those things in more detail to really talk about just some things that I have learned throughout this process. It's a learning curve. The research, it really does help. Something that I noticed or that I found from the research was to not try to reinvent the wheel, but to really learn from the people who have already gone through this process before me and are doing it well, but then to put my own spin on it. I found it so helpful to watch other YouTube channels. I joke with my husband when he asks me what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm like, I'm learning all the things in YouTube school, because I have set myself up with a plan to really understand how this works. I think that's really important, that whenever trying something new, it's important to actually study it. And so I have been studying it a lot, but then also realizing that the research can only take you so far. It has been one of those things where I just had to do it. Without doing it, I could really look at other people doing it all day and still never really would understand what that process looks like, because you have to get your feet wet for yourself. And there are things that happen within it that you realize, oh, I didn't realize I didn't know this, or I didn't realize that this was a thing as well. I did a fair bit of research before recording my first video and did not know how long it was going to take. In fact, I recorded my first video 3 times before I actually uploaded it, because I was just so not prepared for what the process would be like. The process of saying the same thing over and over again and messing up, or just, yeah, like this. I think what's also been really an eye-opening experience for me is realizing that even when you think you're doing the right thing, it's actually still a learning curve. Like I said, I have watched so many videos, I have read so many articles, I bought a book, doing literally all the things that I can think of to be able to do, but it is a learning curve. Also, it's a lot of hard work. I see why many people have a team behind them, because it's time consuming, especially if you're really working to be consistent. And there's so many things to think about. The scripting, the lighting, B-roll, finding interesting topics, being thoughtful and considerate about how I'm saying things. At first, I thought I might upload like 5 or 6 times a week. It was like, I'm gonna upload almost every single day. I'm gonna have a tip, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And I was like, you know what? How hard could a 10 to 15 minute video be?
What, like it's hard?
I quickly learned that was not going to work for me. I have a husband, we live in 2 cities, we drive a lot, multiple times a week, plus I have a very full-time career and commitments to my church. So yeah, it's a lot of work. And if I want to get this done, it means that I have to really budget my time and prioritize some things and move things around in different places, wake up a little bit earlier, go to bed a little bit later, to make sure that I have the time and the energy and the capacity to be able to do it. And it's crazy because some videos take a really short time, like some I can get out in just a few hours, like be done from start to finish. Others take a long time, like a week or so, to really get it all working, get all of the pieces together so that I feel satisfied with putting out on display. Also, I realized that I notice everything. My hair has a mind of its own. It rains almost every single time that I record. My actual home office doesn't look good on camera. The living room lighting is so much better. So that's where I video from. I am an outfit repeater more often than I would like to admit. Also, if I misspoke and I find out in editing, I just cannot be bothered to re-record a whole new video or voiceover. You heard what you heard. Finally, it's a process. I had an expectation that things would move a lot more quickly than what has been the reality for me. And I realized that part of that process has been just getting past the fear of what are people going to say? What are they gonna do? Well, they're not gonna do anything, but it's been getting beyond the fear of the what if, the unknown, the what if people don't like me? What if nobody responds? What if there are people who are mean to me? All of these things, getting beyond that fear and saying, this is the thing that I want to do, so I'm just gonna put myself out there, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, and then I'm going to learn and grow through that process. So it's clear to me that I have done a few things wrong, but I've done some things right as well, and I'm really proud of those moments. So my goal right now is to push in those areas where I have done things well, really capitalize on that, but then continue to grow in those areas where I have not been as strong or where I can do better. Now what? In my recommendations and key takeaways. For me, it's the don't recreate the wheel. Continuing to learn from other people who are getting it right. Use them as mentors for me as I am working on my channel, and continuing just to take that advice and build on what I already know. Another key piece of advice would be to stay out of the analytics vortex. I am constantly checking my analytics. At the time of this recording, like I mentioned, I have uploaded 9 videos and I have 6 subscribers, and I am constantly checking them. One of those subscribers is my husband. Thank you, baby. One is my other channel. It is. So to my 4 people who I don't know and who are believing in the process, I appreciate you. I thank you. And I really think that that is so important, because even though I could be somewhat discouraged by the numbers, and believe me, I have been, I really am thankful for the people who I don't know, who have clicked subscribe and who are wanting to be part of this journey, who believe in that. So thank you, whoever you are. I think something that's also important for me to mention here is that I haven't told my community about this channel. Reason being, because I know that I have a lot of people in my life who would support me just because they know me, and they would go and they would subscribe. But I want people who really want the content. And so my channel is all about really ways to figure out how to be able to live the life of your dreams. People who have gotten to a place where they felt stuck in life and felt like there are more things that they want to do, but they felt confined and boxed into an area. And to show them that there are creative ways to be able to do that, and easy ways to be able to start living the lives of their dreams, and all of the things that go into that. So it's my goal to reach those people. Not all of the people that are in my circle, like my friends and my family circle, aren't necessarily YouTube people. So like, I make my husband watch my YouTube videos so that he can be a committed and dedicated subscriber. But he's willing to do that because he loves me. I'm not anywhere near where I want to be yet, but I know that I'll get there. And that is my encouragement to you as well, that if you are starting a channel, or if you have some other dream that you are passionately pursuing, you are going to get there if you continue to put in that work, continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to do all of the things that will help you to push toward that dream. Also, I do watch my video once, but I only watch it the one time because, again, like I said, I really want to know that the people who are watching are people who actually are finding me because of recommendations, and want to know that whenever I get views, know exactly which ones of those are coming from external sources. So that's really important to me. But I would say, do yourself a favor and do not get sucked into the analytics vortex. Look at the analytics for what they are, as just some key data points of where you can grow, where can you continue to push forward. But other than that, just do your video and upload it and continue along with the process, because outside of that, it just will be so frustrating and sometimes so discouraging if you're constantly looking at the analytics all throughout the day, every single morning before you go to bed, all of that good stuff. So just don't do it. I would also say that don't let technology be a barrier. As long as you are working with some newish technology, it's likely good enough. I am recording on my iPhone 13. I have a $20 tripod, and I think my winning personality are a fantastic start, but also an external hard drive. That is something you are really going to want to get, because video sucks up all of the memory, and it slows down your computer, and it slows down your phone, whatever it is that you're recording on. So get an external hard drive. I think my other piece of just kind of a key takeaway from this month is that it will test your commitment. Will you stay consistent? Will you continue to learn and grow and expand your skill set? Will you give up when the analytics don't reflect the work that you feel like you put in? On days that you don't feel like it, will you put in the work anyway? I've learned that anything worth having will require hard work and dedication and commitment. And there will be moments where you question yourself and question, am I doing the right thing? What's going on? And really the things that come easily are many times not the things that we want, because there truly is this feeling of satisfaction that comes with knowing that, wow, I put in the hard work and I was able to see the fruits of that on the other side. It wasn't easy, but we got there. So there's this saying that goes something like, if your dream doesn't scare you, then it isn't big enough. This has been big and scary, and there have been moments where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. What did I get myself into? But it's also been really fun. And I also know that it's something that has been worth pursuing and something that I want to continue moving forward in. So I'm looking forward to this next month and all the ways that I'm going to continue to grow and sharing this experience together. So stay tuned so we can continue doing things together. Love you. Talk to you soon. Bye.